Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have some more model railroad content coming at you today. One of those things that we're going to be talking about today is organization. So before I really kicked off the whole um, model railroad thing here, I did not really have myself very organized and ready to roll with some of that stuff. So I kind of took a couple steps back, put some things away, cleaned some stuff up, and did a bit of a reorganize that had to be done, really needed to be done. Wasn't any way around it. And not that I didn't want to be organized, it's always kind of a time consuming process. Took about a whole day to kind of reorganize a lot of my parts and everything you guys see here. So, got a hold of a label maker, which is pretty sweet, and I emptied out a lot of my trays, put different parts and some other organizers that I have. Did the kind of shifted some stuff around here and there between all my organizers. So what I ended up doing is, after I got everything reorganized, I relabeled everything. Before, you guys would have seen my handwritten tape. I would literally just a piece of white or gray electrical tape that I taped across and then just wrote with a marker on whatever was in there. And then just through the past couple of years, when I moved here, and then just trying to get everything settled up, things got moved around, things got mislabeled, and yada yada yada. So I went ahead and really sat down, reorganized a lot of my detail parts, recategorized stuff, relabeled everything. So now I have a little bit more of a successful work area that I can produce some really cool stuff and give you guys a lot more fluent content without me digging through 100 things looking for stuff. So basically what I have with my organizers here is this one over here. You guys can see I don't have anything labeled on here. This is just kind of miscellaneous stuff. A little bit of carnival parts for some of my HO carnival kits. I do have some HO stuff in a couple of these guys, some more carnival parts, some lights and stuff. So just kind of some random stuff. And then the middle one is everything for my Steam program. Some of you, I don't know if you guys ever really read what was on these before, to see what I had going on just in passing videos. But this is all stuff except for the couplers and some of that. 99% for all my steam locomotives parts. As you can see, we have like tender pilot trailing trucks and wheels, just various parts, smoke box doors and domes, just different parts that I've either parted out from stuff or just changed around. Wheels, drive wheels, good drive wheels, old drive wheels, and tender trucks wheels. Smoke deflectors, walkways, just all that good stuff. So I relabeled everything really nice so that way I know exactly what's in here, not just kind of a generic deal. Couplers. So these two spots are really the only thing that don't 100% pertain to my Steam program. Yes, they are couplers that I use on steam locomotives and stuff like that. But these are just, I kind of reorganized these. So like coupler pockets, we have like all sorts of different coupler pockets, KD coupler pockets, Athearn coupler pockets, Walthers, some Walthers coupler pockets, old Athearn, new Athearn, just all sorts of stuff in there. Even some screws and stuff. Couplers, we have a variety of all metal KD couplers. That's all that's in there, is all metal KD couplers. The spring plates and the knuckle springs. So I kind of got all that together a lot better. over here we got all detail parts, chains, plows 1 through 3, different types of plows, fuel tank details, everything, pretty much everything I need to detail locomotives and or rail cars we have there. AC units, a lot of standard stuff, lights, windshield wipers, antenna plates, a lot of antenna equipment. You guys will see in later videos why I have so much antenna equipment. Let's see, drill templates up there. Most of these are from, sorry for the horrible noise there. Some are brass, got a couple brass ones from a company that I don't think is around anymore. It's BLMA Models. I got some stuff from them. I don't think they're a company anymore, but they had some really cool stuff when they were a company. Most of this is just from Walters, as far as like drill templates for horns, air conditioners. If some of you recognize the top of this, it's the top of a cab for a GP30, and it has the holes for the horns, some antenna equipment, air conditioner, warning beacon, all that stuff. And that's basically just all, everything in here is all either pilot, window, top of the cab, top of the hood, all different drill templates. So I finally got all those together, which saves me some time looking for a lot of that stuff. We got like little hose making material there, a little bit of everything. And then same thing with this one down here, some more detail parts for various things. I also finally gave myself dedicated drawers just for current projects that I have going on. I got 3 drawers, some are hidden by the paint down here. That one don't have anything in it right now. This one is a lot of the parts that I have for Santa Fe locomotives that I showed down here. A lot of Santa Fe stuff down there that we got to get to, and we will be getting to. You guys seen in the last video that plow, that older Walters Russell Snow plow that I'm working on. I put those parts in here, so I just kind of have them, and they're not just kicking around in the box. So they're actually out in their own drawer, and I know where they're at. Other than that, just more details. I got some Jordan spreader parts, hydraulic parts, vents and fans, exhausts, Jordan spreader parts number 1 and number 2, cab parts, so like parts for locomotive cabs, snowplow parts. That's just like some of those details that I showed you guys before. Crane parts, random railroad car parts. So that's basically just a whole bunch of, get this finger out of there. Just a bunch of random stuff from kits that I've collected. And then I have a couple bigger things, so, like cab windows, Cato locomotive parts, Athearn SD70 ACE parts, Athearn SD70M parts, and then Athearn DD A40X parts. So just some stuff from stuff that I've parted out, and various things. So everything is nice and labeled, well organized. I can actually see. I don't have to try and read my poor handwriting anymore. I can see what's in there. I did my best to put exactly what was in these trays, so that way I don't have any mystery things mixed in with anything. So hopefully that'll work out a little bit better. And then I did a crude but usable upgrade on my test track. I now have 2 test tracks, and you guys can see it's just some really old copper rail stuff, Atlas track, flex track that's just kind of parted together. Didn't need to be pretty, just needed to be usable. Took some old broken ties as spacers, that way I could actually run locomotives on both tracks. They're just little quick clips that go to the controller. And let's see, so this piece here I built quite a while ago. Just has a old Atlas crossing re-railer. a switch that is literally just hand thrown side to side, and then just a little side track, and then my coupler alignment. Also have a few of these, but I have one out right now. Standard gauge HO scale. This stuff really good NMRA standards. I try and keep everything really good, high standards, tolerances close. So this does a lot of track stuff. I mostly use it for wheels though, because I don't have a layout right now. So some of you are thinking you have a lot of equipment and no layout. Why? Here's why. So when I used to live in Iowa a couple years ago, I was a member of a couple train clubs, and I ran my equipment there. I did not have I didn't have space in my house for a layout. My workshop was still down in the basement. In the basement, it was a really old house, over 100-year-old house. Basement was really old, kind of crappy. So I just had room for a workshop down there, so I'd work on things, bring them to the club, run them, leave them there, and then when I moved, of course, everything had to come with me. So that's why I have a lot of buildings that are unfinished or finished and not on a layout. So not entirely sure what I'm gonna do yet. I was going to reach out to a model railroad club that's like 45 minutes north of me. Sorry about that noise. My wife's doing laundry. But with COVID and everything, it's kind of hard to reach out to some of that stuff, especially when you live in a state where stuff is a little stricter right now. So hopefully someday I can get back with a club. As far as doing my own layout, that's probably not going to come around till retirement. So it's going to be quite a few years yet. So just kind of trying to think of things that I can do in the meantime. So I'm just kind of working on some projects, trying to get some stuff done. And then someday when I can get to a layout or something like that, I can have a bunch of more stuff to bring and run and enjoy. So basically, right now is just that in-between period of I'm just trying to get stuff running, working, looking good, so that way when the time does come, everything's ready to run and I can have fun with it and not have to work on it. Same thing with later on in life when I actually do start a layout. I will have I can just concentrate on the layout itself and not worry about all of my freight cars and all my locomotives and my passenger cars and all my mow equipment and whatever else I got going on. Buildings will be done and ready to go, stuff like that. So I do have track plans that I've been working on for many years for when I do a personal at-home layout. Not going to be showing any of that off anytime soon just because a lot of that stuff is rough, and so far in the future it's not even relevant right now. And let's see, so what I have going on right now, I got all my trucks sorted out. So I have a lot of these roller bearing trucks, as I showed you on the plow in the last episode on my channel there, the last video. These are the upgrades from the cheaper older style Hyatt box trucks and the plastic wheels. So these are what a lot of those mow kits include. This is what we're upgrading to. Still all Walthers produced wheels, Walthers produced truck. Trying to keep it at home with them. And what I've been doing is I've had these trucks, but I haven't had the 33-inch metal wheels. So I finally ordered a 100-pack straight from Walthers. Nice 33-inch metal wheels. Metal axles with one side of insulation. As you guys, oh boy, try to get some better lighting here for that. And some better focusing, oh geez. There you guys can see one side of the wheels are insulated from the metal axle, the other side is not. Metal axles, metal wheels, that's what I try to stick with. I do have some metal wheels with plastic axles, which I'm still fine with, but I want everything metal wheels, mostly for look and running. You guys will see I paint a lot of my wheels and the axles and the backs of the wheels, so that way all you end up with is just the shiny flange area and the outer edge of the wheel that actually rides on the rail that is shiny in real life. You guys will see some of that stuff coming up, and some of the weathering that I'll be doing. So basically I've just been taking all these trucks and applying the wheels on them, and once I get those together we'll get back on track with some of my mow projects, which I've put back, reorganized some stuff. I even acquired a couple more kits since the last time I talked to you. I got another snowplow kit and another Jordan spreader, UP Jordan spreader. So I'll give you guys an update on the snowplow, because I have changed a couple little things as far as detailing goes. Whoops, that's the new one. Okay, so yeah. So same exact plow, only this is a completely untouched, still shrink wrapped kit. Let me see if I can find the one that I was currently working on. It's maybe probably this one right here. If we can get her open. Okay. So one thing I did was I actually dumbed down the detail on the cab. I was getting a little too crazy. So we have a single chime, a nice brass single chime horn, much like it would have faced backwards. I took off the Leslie that I had on there, took off the horn snow shield that I had on there, took off one antenna, kept one antenna, and then of course kept the rotary beacon mount. So kind of dumbed down some of that to make it a little bit more realistic. I know I've seen, and I have pictures of some of these plows with Leslie's on them, or an actual like M3 or something like that for horn. But most of the time it's just a single chime of some type. So that's what I got going for that. The other thing that I touched on in the last video was the kind of oddball shorty axle that they have in here. I did attempt to switch that out with a more normal set of trucks, and it's not feasible from what they've done. They've actually scooted the truck forward. Had they kept it in the original spot how it is in the older kits, I could have done a switch over, but because they actually scooched the truck forward, I can't change that without some heavy modifications that I just don't feel like doing, so I'm just gonna have to live with that. Not a big deal. Other than that, we got a lot of stuff. You guys can see we even got some couple UP maintenance away trucks that we're going to be doing some more detailing on. I have a Overland brass Jordan spreader that's in pieces right now, so you guys will see that kind of come back to life. Doing some changes on that. So yeah, there's just kind of a update for you guys on the much needed reorganizing of all my parts, just that way I can have better success. My old workshop I had set up really well, and like I said, just in the move and past couple years of just really floating things around, moving things around, constantly trying to figure out how I wanted this workshop set up, and with all my horn projects, a lot of my model railroad stuff really got messy and pushed off to the side. So now that we're kind of getting back into the model railroading, just needed to take the time to label, organize, resort parts, and get everything where I needed it to be. So that way I have everything on hand. My toolbox next to me here, as always. I do keep some readily used tools out, just that way I can quick grab stuff. But I try to keep my actual work surface cleaned off the best I can. That's why like a lot of my paints are just up over here, and it's really not that big of a deal. If I need to get to any of the lower trays, I can just move a couple of my little paint jars out of the way. So yeah, there's an update for you guys on the model railroad stuff. Hope you guys are as excited as I am to be getting back into this. I've literally been a model railroader my whole life, as far back as I can remember. Little teeny infant playing with cheap old stuff like the old Tyco trains and stuff like that, then slowly upgrading to Athearn, or upgrading to the old blue box Wallers, or yeah, the blue box Athearn kits, stuff like that. Getting some Wallers kits, car kits, and I just slowly progressed from there, getting into the older Athearn Genesis, some older brass stuff, starting to get more detailed, and then just really upgrading to what I am now as far as modeling goes, with like new Kato, new Athearn, new Wallers, what else? Intermountain, and Paragon, Broadway Limited Paragon stuff, some of that stuff up there. We do have a good old-fashioned Revel Big Boy kit. That is not going to be built as the locomotive. That is actually for the some future layout plans. So you guys will see some more of that. It'll be a while, but eventually some of you who are alive long enough to see that project, what I'm using that for, you'll enjoy it. And then to not forget this, we still have what's in this fridge. And I'm trying to think of a good time to talk to you guys about that, because I'm actually going to have to, what's in the fridge, I'm going to have to pull a lot of it out, set it out to show you guys. So there's some really, like I said in a video a little while back, the project that's inside this fridge, I started planning for it in late 2009. Started actually building stuff in mid 2010 or so, somewhere around there. Like, this is mid to late 2010. I finally started building stuff, and it's been a constant on and off project up until I moved here about 2 years ago or so, maybe a little over 2 years. So for like almost 10 years, it's been kind of on and off, and I have worked on some stuff since I've moved here. I've done some paint projects, some assembly projects and stuff. So it's been like a 10-year or more project for me. It's been the most expensive project I've ever done. It's been the hardest project I've ever done, and I just have to find a good time to kind of showcase to you guys properly what is in there. So I got to figure out how I'm going to pull it out and how I'm going to lay things out and kind of display stuff that way. So hope you guys are excited for that, because I want to say stuff about it, but I don't want to give too much away. Some of you actually know what's in that fridge. Some of my really close friends that are on the channel, you know what's in there. For those of you who don't, it's going to be awesome. At least I hope you think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. That's why I've spent so much time and money on the project that's in there. So anyway, big thanks to everybody. I'm at 99 subscribers, which is crazy. I never thought I'd have that many subscribers in a million years. I thought if I got like 20, 30, I was going to be pretty stoked. 99 subscribers, almost to 100 subscribers. Super excited about that. I hope you guys really enjoy the content. I know my videos are not the greatest. I'm well aware of that. My dialogue is okay. A lot of dead space in my talking, a lot of ums that I tried not to do, but I still end up doing. But I do, like I said, I appreciate every single one of you guys, whether you're a hardcore horn guy, whether you're a hardcore model guy, or you're both. Some of the music stuff that I put on there, if you're into music and you're into trains, that's pretty awesome. If I can get multi-platform people to enjoy the channel and some of the stuff that I bring, really appreciate everything. I appreciate the support, love your comments, read every single one of them, and always try and do something exciting. And until I do these talky talk videos, and I don't really show too much, but I'm gonna try and taper back from the big explanation videos and just really start working on stuff and doing update videos on model railroad equipment. So, and I do pre-apologize for my jumping around. I don't want to do that, but just me personally, I know I'm going to be jumping from either like locomotives or maintenance away equipment or passenger equipment, or even get back to what's in the fridge. So bear with me, guys. I'm gonna really try to get you some good content coming the next few months. Work keeps me pretty busy most of the time, so I mean, I try to do what I can just to so that way you guys have something cool to watch. So until next time, everybody, take care. Hope you guys have a good Saturday. Hope you guys have a good rest of the January. Hopefully things get better. Probably not, but we'll just keep kicking on some projects. Stay focused on that stuff. Thanks again to all my subscribers, everyone who comments. Thank you guys. Really appreciate the support. Keeps me a little bit more excited about the channel, and hopefully I can really grow it. Maybe someday buy an actual camera and do editing. Get into that later on in a couple years or so. So, like I said, till next time, everybody, take care.